Morning children, welcome to our new session about animals, life and survival. First of all, before entering into the lesson, first of all you open your books and listen carefully what I am going to explain. Let us discuss about the animals, life and survival. So we can see different kinds of animals in our surrounding. Some animals are living on land, some animals are living in water. So different kinds of animals are there which can live in water, land. So some animals can live in water, some animals can live on land, some animals can live both land and water. Some are arboreal animals which spend most of their time on the trees. Some are aerial animals which spend most of their time in the air. Let us discuss about all different types of animals. See, the lesson name is Animals, Life and Survival. Animals are found all over the world in plains and plateaus. They even live in the deepest oceans and on the highest mountains. They are found in the hottest desert as well as in very cold places. So we can see animals are found all over the world. We can find animals in all over the world in plains and plateaus. Next, they even live in the deepest oceans. That means under the water surface in the oceans and on the highest mountains. They are found in the hottest desert as well as in very cold places. So they can live in different under the climatical conditions. So they can live in the deepest oceans and highest mountains and as well as hottest desert and very cold places. So different animals can live in the different climatical conditions. Next, the surroundings in which an animal or plant lives. The surroundings in which an animal or plant lives is called its habitat. Habitat means natural home of an animal. The place where an animal lives, it is a habitat. Habitat is nothing but natural home of an animal. Animals living in different surroundings adapt themselves to survive in their surrounding. So we discussed about the plants. Plants adapt themselves to survive in the different climatical conditions. In the same way, here animals also adapt themselves. That means adjust themselves to survive in the different surrounding. Even in the desert areas, in cold regions, that means polar regions, on the land. That means the organs of their body are modified to survive under the different climatical conditions. For example, some animals only can live in water, but some animals which we call them as amphibians like frogs and salamanders, they can live both land and water. In that way, they adjust themselves to survive in the different climatical conditions. Let us discuss about these animals. According to their habitats and mode of living, animals are divided into 5 groups. So, depending upon their habitat, the animals are divided into how many groups? 5 groups. These groups are terrestrial, aquatic, amphibians, aerial and arboreal animals. So what are these 5 groups? First one is the terrestrial groups. Terrestrial animals mean the animals which can live on land. These are the terrestrial animals. Next one is aquatic animals. Aquatic animals mean the animals which live in water are known as aquatic animals. Next, amphibians. Amphibians means the animals which can live on land and water at the same time. These are known as amphibians like frogs, salamanders, newts. Next, aerial animals. The animals which spend most of their time in the air. These are the aerial animals. Next, arboreal animals. The animals which spend most of their time on the trees. These are the arboreal animals. So, according to the habitat of the animals are divided into 5 groups. What are the 5 groups? Terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, amphibians, aerial animals and arboreal animals. Now let us discuss about the terrestrial animals. See, animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. The animals which can live on land are known as terrestrial animals. Example, see, elephant, tiger, rhinoceros. These are the animals which can live on land. These are known as terrestrial animals. Elephants, tigers, lions, rhinoceros, etc. are terrestrial animals. Their bodies are suited to live on land. So, their bodies are adapted to live on land. They have strong legs which help them to walk long distances. So, the animals which are living on land, which are known as terrestrial animals, they are having strong legs which are helpful to move on long distances. They can also run to escape from their enemy. So, with the help of their strong legs, these terrestrial animals can escape by running from the enemies. Next, most of them breathe with the help of their lungs. So, the animals which are known as terrestrial animals, that means the animals which lives on land, they can breathe with the help of lungs. So, lungs are the organs which is helpful for the breathing. Next, their sense organs and brain are well developed in order to sense the changes in their surrounding. So, their sense organs and their brain are well developed in order to sense whatever the changes in the surrounding. What changes mean? If any enemy is trying to attack, they can sense the danger automatically. So, these are the characteristics of the terrestrial animals. That means that the animals which can live on land are known as terrestrial animals. They, for example, elephants, tigers, lions. So, their bodies are suited to live on land. That means they have strong legs which are helpful to move long distances. Why should they move long distances? In order to search the food, shelter and their mates. Mates means nothing but friends or partners. So, their strong legs are helpful to move on long distances. At the same time, these strong legs helpful to escape from the enemies. Next, they can breathe with the help of lungs. So, terrestrial animals breathe with the help of lungs. Next, their sense organs and brain is well developed in order to sense the danger. This is about the terrestrial animals. Next, let us study more about the terrestrial animals in a particular surrounding. Terrestrial means the animals which live on land. So, different surroundings. Some animals can live on desert areas, plains, hills. So, let us discuss about the terrestrial animals regarding particular surroundings. First, let us discuss about the desert animals. Desert. In desert, there is very little water. It is very hot during the day but very cold at night. So, desert means there will be very little amount of water because of the less amount of rainfall. If there is very little water, it is very hot during the daytime but very cool during the night time. Animals like camels, snakes and desert rats adapt themselves to this condition. So, the animals which are living in the desert areas like camels, snakes and desert rats adapt themselves to live in these desert conditions, because in daytime it will be very hot, during the night time the climate will be very cool. Next, the camel is known as the ship of the desert. So we can say we know that the camel is the ship of the desert. It has thick skin and can live 10 to 12 days without water and food, as it can store water in its stomach, and its hump is a reservoir of fat. So it has a thick skin. The skin of the camel is very thick and it can live 10 to 12 days without water. Then how can it live 10 to 12 days without water? Because it stores the water and food in its stomach. So when it is more water, it takes the water and food, it stores the water and food in its stomach, and without taking water, it can live up to 10 to 12 days. Next, and its hump. So this is the hump. It is a reservoir of fat. When the camel does not get water or food, it can still survive because of the fat in its hump. So when the camel does not get the water, already it is storing so much of water in its stomach, so it can, with the help of that water which is stored in the stomach, it can live up to 10 to 12 days. But what about the food? It can live without the food up to 10 to 12 days with the help of fat stored in its hump. Normally in human beings also they maintain fasting sometime, but how can they live at the time of fasting? Because whatever the fat content is there in our body, it is helpful to get energy. In the same way, the fat which is stored in the camel's hump is helpful to get energy. Next, the broad pads on the bottom of its feet keep it from sinking into the sand of desert. So the broad pads on the bottom of its feet. So the feet are very broad parts are having. That's why with the help of the broad feet, it can walk on the desert without sinking into the sand. These are the features of the camel and the desert animals, how they adapted to live in desert area. So we know that camel is the ship of the desert. It can live without the water 10 to 12 days without food and water, because it stores lot of water and food in its stomach, and if it does not get the water, it can survive with the help of water stored in its stomach and fat already stored in its hump. Next, polar regions. In polar regions, weather is extremely cold. Polar regions means the weather is extremely cold. Those are the cold regions. Next, polar bears have thick fur on their skin. So normally polar bears lives in the polar region, that means cold region. They are having thick fur on their body. Next, some of them are white in color and merge with their surroundings to escape from their enemies. So the animals which are living in the polar region, that means cold region, some of the animals are white in color. Their body color is white in, which is helpful to merge with their surrounding. Polar region means the snow will be white in low. So the white color animals, they merge with the surroundings to escape from the enemies. This is but nothing but camouflage. Camouflage means the animals merge themselves with the surroundings to escape from the enemies. Next, the penguins here live in groups to keep themselves warm. So the penguins which lives normally in the polar region, they lives in group. Always they use it to form a group, because to escape from the cold, to protect themselves from the cold, they use it to live in a group. Next, animals escape extreme cold weather either by migrating or by hibernation. So some animals lives in group to protect themselves from the extreme cold. Some animals are having thick fur on their body to protect themselves from the cold. But some animals maintain migrating. Migrating means travel from one area to another area. So that is the migrating, or by hibernating. Hibernation means it is a deep sleep. Some animals follow this hibernation. That means they goes into the deep sleep under the cold region, in the cold regions, to escape from the extreme cold. So let us discuss about the migration and hibernation in the next session.